Some of the most dangerous forms of manipulation don't happen through logic. They happen through emotion. People can make you feel guilty, afraid, insecure, or even grateful, all while secretly bending your decisions to fit their goals. And the worst part is, most of the time, you don't even notice it. Today, you'll discover 5 subtle emotional manipulation techniques that people use to influence you, sometimes consciously, sometimes not. Once you recognize them, you'll start seeing the invisible strings that control social interactions. Emotional manipulation is when someone uses your emotions to get what they want. Instead of reasoning with you, they push emotional buttons: fear, guilt, shame, pride, or sympathy. These techniques are powerful because emotions often bypass rational thinking. Before your brain analyzes what's happening, your heart has already reacted. And manipulators know this. They don't need to control your thoughts directly, as long as they control the emotions that drive your thoughts. Here are 5 of the most common emotional manipulation techniques people use, sometimes intentionally, sometimes unconsciously. Guilt is one of the strongest emotional levers. Manipulators make you feel responsible for their feelings, even when you're not. It often sounds like, "After everything I've done for you, this is how you treat me?" It's not about the situation. It's about making you feel bad enough to give in. And guilt is a powerful motivator. This technique is subtle, but incredibly effective. The manipulator constantly portrays themselves as the helpless victim. Their goal is to trigger your sympathy, to make you feel like the rescuer. Once you accept that role, they can influence your behavior without ever asking directly. It's emotional manipulation disguised as innocence. Fear doesn't always come in the form of threats. Sometimes it's implied. People may hint at consequences, create tension, or use their tone to make you uneasy. For example, you wouldn't want people to think you're untrustworthy, right? No direct threat. But the emotional pressure is real. This technique works because fear makes us act fast, often without questioning. Silence can be a weapon. When someone deliberately withdraws communication to make you anxious, that's emotional manipulation. It triggers fear of abandonment, guilt, or desperation for resolution. And when the silence finally breaks, you are more likely to comply just to restore emotional balance. It's control through absence. Not all manipulation feels negative at first. Some of it feels overwhelming in a good way. Love bombing is when someone floods you with affection, praise, or attention to lower your defenses. You feel special, desired, seen. But once they have your trust, the intensity shifts, and they start pulling emotional strings. This technique is often used in toxic relationships, cults, and even marketing. These techniques work because they target our emotional reflexes, the fast, automatic responses we develop over a lifetime. Emotions evolved to keep us safe and connected, but they can also be used to bypass rational thought. When you feel guilty, scared, or loved, you act, often before you think. And emotional manipulators rely on exactly that. The best defense is emotional awareness. Whenever you feel a strong emotion in a conversation, stop and ask, "Why am I feeling this? Is this emotion coming from the situation, or is someone pushing a button?" Taking that moment to pause interrupts the manipulation loop. Remember, feeling emotion is human. But when someone is using your emotions to control you, awareness is your shield. Emotional manipulation hides in plain sight. But once you learn to recognize it, you'll start seeing the patterns everywhere. If you want to uncover more hidden psychological tactics, subscribe to Trap Mind and take back control of your mind. The next video might make you question every conversation you've had lately.